Right then, we are back, and today we have Sabu going one-on-one with Chris Benoit. Now, this is a rematch from November to Remember 1994, which has a lot of history, this match. This match, unfortunately, was the match where Chris Benoit broke Sabu's neck, essentially. Went for a suplex. Sabu rotated mid-air, thinking he was landing on his back, while Benoit was trying to land him on his front. And Sabu landed awkwardly, and it permanently damaged his spinal cord. The match was stopped by a referee's decision, but Sabu was back in the ring within the next couple of months, which is absolutely crazy to me. But this is where Benoit got the Crippler nickname from. It was this match and this very moment is where he developed the Crippler nickname. It was a feud that only lasted 3 matches. They started off in February 1994 in NWA. They had another match in August 1994, and it was all supposed to culminate in the main event of November to Remember in ECW. But again, the match ended pretty shortly as a no contest. And yeah, it was disappointing because on paper, for me, this is going to be an absolutely fantastic match, and hopefully we will get that fantastic match. But yeah, that original match is just, it's awful, isn't it, really? It's not what you want to happen. It looks like the match went about 8 or 9 minutes by the looks of it, based on the actual match itself is on YouTube. You can find it if you want. But yeah, it obviously started to build Benoit's career as the Crippler. And Sabu, it's a permanent injury, but I say he was back in the ring within the next couple of months, working as a tag team alongside Taz against Public Enemy, and they actually won the tag team championships only a couple of months after that. So it's insane, really. And then they lost those tag team championships to Benoit and Malenko again. In our ranking system then, Benoit is doing absolutely terribly. He is on -7 after 23. He is only above 7 other people. 7 other real people. He's also above the likes of El Mago and Cole Quinn and Baron Blade and people like that. I don't really care about those, to be honest with you. But yeah, -7 for him is absolutely awful. Sabu currently sits on +1 after 24. Of course, after that win only a couple of days ago against Hayabusa. I don't know how long Benoit was in ECW then before he actually moved across to... There he is. To WCW. So he did ECW from 94 to 95 and then joined the WCW in 1995. He apparently wrestled 1 match, 1 dark match, no, 3 dark matches for WWF in 1995, including losing to Bob Holly, Adam Bomb and Owen Hart. Wow. Chris Benoit versus Owen Hart happened on a dark match in WWF in 95. That's insane. And then he went over and joined WCW as part of the 4 Horsemen. So yeah, on paper, this is going to be a very interesting match. I do think Benoit will have the slight edge on paper. I think he's a slightly better wrestler out of the 2. Can't take anything away from Sabu, though. Both of these guys are great when it comes to high-flying agility. They're both very comfortable utilizing Extreme Rules as well. I do think that where Benoit is going to have the advantage is going to be the technical side of things and the submissions and obviously going after weakening parts of the body, including the neck, essentially, for that Crippler crossface. Big chop across the chest there by Benoit on Sabu. Now looking to drop the elbow into the heart as well. Sabu rolling Benoit over there as the strikes into the face. And Benoit kicking Sabu away. So, yeah, Benoit is one of those ones that I know sometimes people might ask why we're using him, but we've always said, and we've used very... I mean, if you stopped using all the wrestlers with dodgy backgrounds, then we'd have barely any of them left, I suppose, wouldn't you, really? But obviously Benoit has a much more dodgy background than most, but we try and separate the art from the artist. Benoit was an incredible wrestler. That doesn't take away from what he did outside the ring. But I don't think what he did outside the ring should take away from how great he was inside the ring. I know it's a difficult situation to be in. And I know it's a horrible thing to say as well, but I mean, you often wonder about how responsible Benoit can be. He had severe brain damage, as we now know, based off some of the things done and autopsies done. He was in such a terrible state, and for me, I don't think WWE get enough hassle for not really looking after their talent, because it was pretty clear. I mean, you watch the documentary Dark Side of the Ring, and people were saying that he was acting very sporadic and very weird for a long time before everything happened, and he really should have been checked out. But I suppose that's now something that people are a lot more aware of. It's a shame that something as terrible as that had to happen for them to have to sort of be aware of these issues now. But there you go. That's my official statement on the Benoit situation, but there you go. Sabu now heading up to the top. We saw only a few days ago he hit this fantastic flipping leg drop, but this time willing Benoit back up, went for that diving DDT, but Benoit was able to move out the way. Benoit now with a kendo stick from underneath the ring, right between the eyes of Sabu and then across the gut as well. Big damage being done. And look at Benoit now, showcasing the submission style, locking in the walls of Jericho, essentially. Of course, he worked alongside Chris Jericho quite a lot in Japan before moving across here to America. Sabu now knee right into the gut, springs off the ropes, in with a Faymaster. And now springs off with the splash. And again, springs off Tornado DDT. Fantastic maneuver there by Sabu on Funk. Sabu now on the outside. And now there's the kendo stick right across the gut, right across the back as well. Benoit rolling Sabu over for the one. Only a 1 count. Wow, Sabu is incredibly resilient, isn't he, really? It's not easy to take him down at all. Boot in the gut and now clubbing blow across the back. Benoit with a kendo stick. Oh, lights have gone off. We saw this the other day. Sabu able to take advantage of the lights going off to get around the back of Benoit. Over the top he goes. Benoit fighting back with a forearm. I mean, I don't know, it's tricky. I mean, I'd like both these guys to win, but obviously that can't happen. But I think, ideally, I would prefer Benoit to win. I think Benoit is the one that probably should be a lot higher than a -7 in the ranking system. Sabu's on a +1. That's, I mean, I see Sabu as sort of like I don't say a middling wrestler because that's not right. Sabu was a good wrestler, but I don't think rankings are really going to worry him too much. Whereas Benoit is somebody I think should be up and around the top end of the ranking system. Benoit now with a stiff clotheslines, taking down Sabu. Sabu with a boot in the gut. Benoit trips him from behind. And Benoit now heading up to the top rope. Dives in, big diving headbutt. Which is what caused a lot of his issues, wasn't it, really? There's the pin for the one. Referee. Referee was super, super slow there. I'm not happy with that. Benoit now stalking Sabu, thinking about... No, was thinking about the crippler crossface, but Sabu was also thinking about it, was able to avoid. Benoit now taking him up, drops him into the backbreaker. And now wrenching back. And now here he goes, locking in. It's not really a crippling crossface, it's more of a label lock, but it's locked in nonetheless. It's very effective. Will Sabu have to tap out? No, he doesn't. And look at that kendo stick snapped across the gut and the chest of Sabu. And again, Sabu able to reverse the crippler crossface. If he'd locked in the second one, that might have been enough, you know. Oh, look at that big gut buster there. Benoit grabbed the steel chair, then decided against it, realized how effective Sabu is with the steel chair. Bringing it into the match would have been the wiser side there, but then giving Sabu the opportunity to spend that time to recuperate wasn't a wise idea either, as Sabu now locking in the camel clutch on Chris Benoit, but Benoit able to break free. Benoit now dragging Sabu into the corner, slams him face first into that top turnbuckle. Sabu now taking Benoit up on the shoulders, drops him neck first across the top rope. And the damage has been done by both these guys now. You think that only 1 or 2 big moves could be enough to finish them off. Benoit now big, strong elbows. And a drop kick right into the jaw of Sabu. And we've got 2 more big matches coming for you tomorrow, by the way. Should be interesting as well. We're going to go with the very short-lived ECW Stone Cold Steve Austin going up against the Sandman. That should be fun. And also the classic from ECW's November to Remember 1999, Mike Awesome versus Masato Tanaka tomorrow as well. Should be a good one. Then hopefully, I know if you've not been watching these videos all week, you probably don't know this lore, but hopefully I'll be back home tomorrow. I flew to Ireland on Sunday. I am due to fly home from Ireland at 1:30 tomorrow, so I can make sure we get the rest of the weekend's videos done and dusted. Benoit now with the steel steps, throw them into the ring, right into the gut there of Sabu. That looked painful, I must admit. Sabu now back up. Benoit on the shoulders. We've seen Benoit hit some backbreakers, gut busters, another big gut buster there as well. And Benoit now heading up to the top rope. He's a big distance away, but he does hit that dive-in headbutt. There's the pin. That could be enough. Last time the referee really slow counted him. This time, not so much. And Chris Benoit picks up the win over Sabu. And Benoit needed that one. Sabu drops down to a 0 after 25. Chris Benoit gets his first victory of the year and is going to move up to a -6 after 24. Not a massive improvement. Only moves up a couple of positions, but it takes him the right way. I mean, another 2 wins would take him up another 100 positions. It's going to be tricky for Benoit to really turn this one around, to be honest. He's just overtaken Cactus Jack. Cactus Jack will be in action on Saturday. He'll be facing off against Atsushi Onita. But that was Benoit's big opportunity this week. That is the end of him this week as well. I believe we will see Benoit. Is he part of this one? I don't know if he is, actually. Chris Benoit isn't. No, I was looking to see whether Benoit was going to be part of our Elimination Chamber week, but he's not on that at the moment. Elimination Chamber week is going to be fun. We're basically going to do a lot of rematches from SummerSlam. SummerSlams, that would make sense, wouldn't it? We're going to do a lot of rematches from Survivor Series, and the winners of the 5 rematches will be put into an Elimination Chamber to fight for the SWE World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, interesting. The big win there for Chris Benoit. Boy, did he need that one. Like I said, we're back tomorrow. 2 more big matches. Oh. What have I done there? I pressed the wrong button. Yeah, 2 more big matches tomorrow. As I said, we will have Blonde Stone Cold Steve Austin up against the Sandman. And I think it was called the Superstar Steve Austin back then. And Mike Awesome versus Masato Tanaka. So a really good, fun day. Right, I love you. Leave a good night. God bless everybody. Saying thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.